I'm not big on political commentary. Um, I come from a family that's has a long lasting history of activism. I mean, my family's pretty much done two things for generations, going um, back to when they was olive farmers in Italy on my mom's side, and on my dad's side, just studying religion, literally. But that's like four or five generations back. Like for the past, no, I'm fourth generation in the entertainment industry and fourth generation activism. My grandparents, my great grandparents were union organizers, or actually, yeah, my great grandfather, Olinto Carletti, this fool used to go undercover in coal mines in Pennsylvania. They immigrated from Italy to Pennsylvania. Or actually, sorry. No, yeah, Pennsylvania. That's my grandma's side. But my grandpa's side was the Bronx and East Harlem. Um, and this fool was going into coal mines undercover as a coal miner and like trying to flip the workers and get them to want to come together and unionize because it was like working in deplorable conditions and fuck health benefits. They were like putting their health at certain risk on a daily basis. And yeah, like his daughter, my grandma, did the same thing. She helped organize and unionize the textile unions, different things like that. Women sewing back in the day, and my grandfather, he was like a pioneer in the civil rights movement in a lot of ways. As were both my parents, my brothers, my nieces, everybody in my family. So I've always been very outspoken and was for years, and really like until I just saw the way at a certain point I kind of started to feel that politics were divisive as hell. And I didn't like the way they kind of just made people, it just caused so much friction between people that would usually get along because this, with the advent and popularization of social media, especially when dealing with like older generations that don't know what's up, and mixing it with the younger generations whose culture is like way different, it led to this like whole sensation of just like disinformation being spread and people like falling out over dumb shit. Like civil discourse was out the window. Like I like to be able to debate politics or debate anything, have intellectual conversations where you can still be cool afterwards with somebody, even if you have completely opposing views. And people can't do that. And they're quick to just go to the who ride. And then if you're not communicating in the same manner, oftentimes the message you're trying to get conveyed to the audience winds up falling flat. And they're not even rocking with it because now you look like you're quote unquote taking an L or whatever, when really you're just the one being more calm and mature. So then you kind of got to pipe up a bit and like alter it, because communication is a two-way street. And if your message isn't getting conveyed, then you're not communicating properly. So it's not, and all these nuances, all this to say that I started kind of falling back on speaking my mind about shit because I really didn't want to. I didn't want to lose. I felt at a certain point it wasn't worth losing friends over. But at this point, with all the shit that's going on in the world, like straight up, I'm gonna tell y'all like this: I'm about human rights. I'm for the people. A lot of my ideology, like I'm not. A lot of my ideology is conservative when it comes to financially, fiscally, and things that I feel like. And when it comes to like us being able to own straps and all that, I'm all for that. I'm conservative when it comes to gun laws too. When it comes to taxes and all that, shit, I'm kind of down the middle because I do feel like rich people should pay more taxes, if I'm being honest, but not like an exuberant amount where it really compromises anybody's like lifestyle within their tier. You know, I believe in capitalism. I do. But I also believe in human rights. And my love of people as just like a natural humanitarian, no pun intended, trumps whatever I think fiscally. Now, I've said this saying many times. I heard it a long time ago, and I thought it was pretty smart. Show me someone who's liberal in their 20s. Or show me someone who's conservative in their 20s. I'll show you someone without a heart. Show me someone who's liberal in their 30s. I'll show you someone without a brain. And I think obviously, like, that's a crass exaggeration, but there is a lot of truth to it as well. And that's why it resonates. But I don't think things are always that defined. And like today's definition of what conservative is very different. I'm also I'm also conservative on certain things when it comes to, I'm all for, I'm all for people being able to do what they want. I'm liberal when it comes to social issues. You want to be, I got nothing but love for gay and trans people. Let them do what they want. You feel me? Let anybody love who they love. I don't judge no love. However, like, you feel me? Certain things were, people that were born biological males competing in female sports is kind of like sus, especially when they beating the shit out of these hoes. No, I'm just playing, but no, I'm not playing. That shit is censorship. I don't fuck with censorship. I don't fuck with not being able to make jokes. I don't fuck with our language being policed. This used to be liberal ideology, but somehow it got contorted because people are so progressive, like, and with their gatekeeping of rights and all that, or gatekeeping of not gatekeeping of rights, gatekeeping of emotions, that, like, it's hypersensitive to the point where now they're conservative, like my definition of conservative, when it comes to expressing themselves, like or trying to control people's ability to express themselves. Like, to me, like, I don't fuck with that. I'm free speech. So I guess that's neocon or conservative politics now. So you can't say, like, I'm not like I was never like a fuck Trump dude, but I'll tell you what, when it comes to this kind of shit, these ICE raids, what's happening to our city, the gross mischaracterization of the immigrant crisis, people thinking that we're we're getting rid of all the criminals, like these people are all gang members. That is such a small percentage when you look up the data. When you look up the data in percentage, that is such a small, like, generally immigrants are a huge part, one of the most important parts of the workforce. When people talk about, oh, it's all good, just come here legally, I feel that. But that's not necessarily tangible, especially when people are fleeing from circumstances that are very unfavorable. And our entire nation is founded on the backs of immigration, if not in addition to slavery, if we're keeping it a Yundell out here, right? So the immigrants, regardless of what race they are, whether it's the Latinos, whether it's Africans, whether it's Caribbeans, whether it's Asians, Pacific Islanders, Middle Easterners, Eastern Europeans, whatever, you feel me, indigenous oppressed people from all over the world, if they're unable to just come over here legally when the due process isn't even in place and the infrastructure is not as simple as that, sometimes it takes years to secure proper citizenship, and people are being targeted. There's being mistakes. There's people being sent up out of here for no reason, being separated from their families. At the end of the day, I will never rock with that, and I'll forever stand with the people, especially because I've seen and I've known several people whose family, whose parents, who they themselves came to this country illegally and wound up becoming productive members of societies, getting their citizenship through green cards, visas, and all that, and are killing the game and thriving and own businesses and make millions of dollars in times. Like, and people are dumb enough to get finessed into thinking that these people are somehow damaging the workforce. Do you know how much taxes immigrants pay? Do you know how much taxes the illegal immigrants pay? Are you serious? Are you not aware of that? Like, do you know like exactly how many jobs are being? No, we don't have a fucking job crisis or a financial crisis and inflation because of immigrants. We have that because both parties, bipartisan government, you know what I'm saying? Both parties, the motherfucking, going back to the Bush Senior administration, to the Clinton administration, to the George W. Bush administration, to the Obama administration, and the Trump administration. And, of course, whole Biden administration. All these motherfuckers for over a period of time and systematically selling our assholes to the Chinese government, selling our labor, selling out our people, selling out our labor force, destroying our middle class. There is no more middle class. People either got it or they don't. We know the truth. So I'm really, you feel me? It is what it is. I frankly, I'm here for all the fuck shit. So make whatever comments you want, make whatever jokes you want. This is a serious discussion in my eyes, and I'm speaking from the soul. A lot of people mischaracterize me or they want to say this or that based on, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. And I don't give a fuck so much it made me realize if I'm not biting my tongue and I'm not being emotional about all the fucking lies that get told about me, of all the slander, all the bullshit, all the hate, all the weird shit that I endure on a daily basis, why in the fuck would I bite my tongue about really how I truly feel in my heart? And it's free Palestine, fuck the police, fuck ICE, and until he flip his motherfucking script, fuck Donald Trump. And that's how I'm coming. That's how I feel. I ain't no motherfucking hater. That's from the depths of my soul. I mean all that shit. Really, I mean, like, for real though, you feel me? Fuck the police, fuck ICE, straight like that. Straight like that. You feel me? Fuck them. Like OG Macko said, long live OG Macko. Fuck them, fuck them, fuck them. Come on, man. Let me know what you think. Actually, you know what? I don't give a fuck what y'all think, but go ahead, y'all gonna say it anyway. All right? Y'all know what to do.